Again, Vugan, spot. Vugan, we need to talk. Yeah, we are back in the streets. We will continue the streets. Akuphelile. Because the material conditions with black people are always changing and arising. Hlezi kukhona something that needs to be looked at and discussed. I hate to do this, to be honest with you. Angifuni ngithanda lo ngikhuluma lento ethi re-explaining the obvious, redefining and over simplifying the issues, because we know all the issues. It's not like we don't. We know all our issues. We are very adept at them. Into nje isala lapha ekutheni, what the hell are we doing about that? Senzani ngawo when we know? It's very unfortunate here that we have to go down this road talking about these conditions of the black race and where we are with respect to the global game. It's nonsensical, to be honest, but sizothenike mele lokhu hlezi kukhulunywa nani ngoba you don't get it, and sadly mele ngikwenze kusemanje because once ngahamba ngama-Maybach ngizobe ngibusy, I won't have time. Ngalesikhathi la ngizobe senicabanga ukuthi nizongilalela khona, I won't have time. I'll be busy. So it's either you take it now or uyidlala ngale game of your nibiza ngani abelungu, but the fallacy of ad hominem, argumentum ad hominem. La nibuka khona ukuthi ubani okhulumayo, hayi asizwa leyo nto leyo. Unfortunately, all your best people are never going to speak at this level because of anikezanga. It's not in them to do it. Anyway, I'll take my time and explain this nonsense. Ikhona into ethi, as black people, we have to admit, any and everything we are doing on this planet, we are motivated by the stomach. The stomach tells us what to do. I've said this many times. You are choosing a career path not because it's what you like to do, not because it's what you are gifted in. No. You need money so that you can buy food. Indlala. This is the most saddest thing, that we have reduced our human experience to the pursuit of the stomach. And ayikho nje futhi any motivation that we have as the people. Just talking in the context of where we are, njengamanje uLengabathi. The only motivation ilento yendlala. And then we wonder why we can't seem to get anything moving in a direction of where we're solving our problems collectively. Ucabanga kanjani umuntu olambile? I mean, how does it even work? Of course, that's why we're not going to have ideas. That's why we're not going to have the patience to build things that take decades. We are never going to sacrifice our time and say, let's do something mundane and is a benefit right now, but 2 generations down the line zabe sekubonakala umsebenzi. It's not possible. Because umqondo wethu uhleli lapha esweni. Banjwe isisu. So iqalaphi lento yethu nehunger, where did it even come from? In reality, it says this thing of hunger was never our thing to begin with. Asikaze sibe nento yokuswela ukudla in the past. Umhlaba wase-Afrika unothile, awuqalanga manje futhi ukunotha. Wawunothe kakhulu futhi phambilini kunamanje. So indlala asikaze sibe nayo. But how is it manje sesiphethwe inkinga yethumbu kanje? I mean, we can't even think straight. You know, it gets so bad. Abantu, they are plotting to commit violent acts against their own parents. Khona bezothola, khona nomfana lo owasoxa ngobaba wakhe khona ezothola life ban insurance. You hear about that a lot. Angisho ukuthi nalabo abanye bakwenza, of course bakwenza, but bona you understand the motivation yabo ukuthi uganga nokuba nokuhanjelwa umqondo. But with us it gets really serious. Lento ukuthi I need to feed myself, so I must rob someone, I must go and become inkabi or ntshontshe imoto. It can go to very deep levels where we even decide to sell ourselves to obtain inkece yokuthenga isinkwa. The motivation for what we're doing. It's not even a thing about doing bad things. Even the things that we are perceiving to be good things. You will spend 7 years in varsity listening to boring lectures and doing boring experiments that you don't like, so that you can obtain a medical degree that you don't even really care about. Nyanya ngisho igazi or ukubona abantu abalimele, it's not even in you. But the motivation yokulamba is saying, hey, you need to go and do that ukuze uzodla, ukuze umndeni udle nawo. So it's a very vicious cycle. And I'm not saying all of this because we are choosing. It can happen ukuthi the material conditions are forcing us ukuthi sibe nalento ethi we are driven by hunger. And into ebuhlungu nazo zonke ukuthi once we are driven by this hunger, we never steer towards finding a permanent solution. Okay, since we are so driven by indlala, why don't we master the art of feeding ourselves? Why don't we go back to the board and drawing board and figure out ukuthi hayibo kahle kahle ukuze singaloku sixakwa yithumbu, yini ekumele siyenze ukuze nje sokuphuma kule nto yethumbu nje? What do we need to do? We never go that far. Sozake nje hayi hey mele ufunde ube successful, hey mali ufuna umsebenzi iphelile ke manje ke. Now everyone is talking about hey you need to have a side hustle, hey you need to be enterprising, and you go around, you find that there's no funding for you because people want to only fund their friends. So low business of when we starter is a non-starter. Hayi uzonibasiqeda lapho sidlula lapho sesikhanda amabhizinisi sesingene ukuthi hayi abanye fanele bayolima. Yeah, okay, agribusiness. And into ebuhlungu-ke ngayo agribusiness is that as much as it looks good ideologically, in practice it's a non-starter for black people. It's a very serious thing. You go into agribusiness, you go and plant crops. Ungakwenza konke ukudela. When it comes to the market, bathi abelungu hayi yithi esiphethe. Fica amabhunu-ke laphana, they're dominating in that market. The agricultural market, a fresh produce, is really, really tough for black farmers. This is why most of them are failing, more than 80%. Check your own agricultural department stats. So you go in there, you sevenza kanzima, you find ukuthi you are locked out of the market. Then we'll move to other things. Uthi since the agriculture is not working out, maybe go into technology. By the time it's for technology, the world has already moved on to some other obsession. That's just how it is. We are lagging behind in terms of getting ahead. And it seems like nago lokulega behind is adding onto our issues. Sesiphethwe indlala ke manje ke yokuthi nathi catch up. Kanti sibhuqa indlala yethumbu. Sesiphinde sibhuqa indlela yokuthi hey nathi we need to participate. Need to be included. Indlala. It comes in many forms for the African people. And we did not know indlala until Abelungu came here. There was no hunger issues until we were colonized. So where does this hunger mentality and mindset come from? Well, it comes from ukuphucwa. When they colonized basiphuca umhlaba wethu. And now we can't feed ourselves, we can't do anything. And yonke into isezandleni zabo, and we are very damn focused and persistent on the fact that kumele sidepende kubona ukuthi basifide. And there is your motivation for going to work for white people. Ukuze bezokondla. Crying for jobs. Crying for jobs right now. You find out today more than 90% of those jobs are coming from Abelungu. So abekecela indawo public sector. Because those are not actual jobs. That is terms of service. Umqashwa kahulumeni is not an employee, he's a public servant. It's not things of definitions. And then you want to know, you want to understand the issue. What is the true issue here? Are we really that hungry? Or maybe into iqhamuka ekutheni we are trying to be like white people. I look at a lot of people doing a lot of things. I think I did mention Uti in the past few months. I was learning because I was interacting with various different people, and I can guarantee you Uti, more than 90% of black people motivation yabo in life is this. But the question is that the real root of the issue? Are you really going to work every day because you're hungry, you're trying to feed yourself? Or you're going to work every day because you're trying to appear a certain way? Because it seems to me, kunalento ukuthi, I see black people are not worried ukuthi abadlile. They are worried ukuthi bazobonakala ukuthi abakwazi abanakudla. Bazobonakala ukuthi abanazo ingubo zokugqoka. Bazobonakala ukuthi abanazo imoto, abanayo imisi. So it's not even a matter of the wants versus the needs anymore. It just so happens that along the way you discover that, oh, actually I need a house, but you didn't get a house because you needed one. You got a house because you wanted to show that you got a house. Yes, Kaka, need for acquisition, but what are we acquiring for? I need to, we are born, oh, actually the mindset here and the drive to get a house was never what they needed houses, just so that they can show what they can get houses. Vele la ama challenge enwenza la uthi girls with title deeds here bavela no key. Ngiqhomelana la ku social media because they're very good at that one. Very childish things. And then you wonder why crime is so high. Because you want to be showing off your things. Yeah, bona ke siqubu ke leyo. La wefisana awungeke ngama-frontal. Angazi ukuthi yini ama-frontal kodwa nje kufuneka ama-frontal. So you ask yourself, are black people really hungry, or are they trying to be something else? What is this thing you're trying to become? Are you trying to mimic whiteness? Is that the real issue behind this thing of driver isisu? Are you really? Because umuntu uzontshontsha imali kamasipala not because udinga uphila, no. Ufuna ukuba nemoto enhle, abe nomuzi omkhulu, agqoke ingubo zikanokusho. So there's a particular lifestyle he's trying to obtain. But what is that lifestyle a reflection of? Thathelaphi lento lifestyle? Who are you trying to become? Angifuni ungasho. Sifuna uba belungu. That's our main issue. We have this issue at Tumbo because sifuna uba belungu. Ntshontshe imali wamasipala, ntshontshe imali emsebenzini nasemabhange because ngifuna uba belungu. Scam abantu, nenza yonke khona nje kade sithanda ukuscam abantu inqwaba imali. Ethi bazalisela. Nalabo abascamekayo bajaha ukuyofaka imali yabo ukuthi isheshe ikhule because they want to obtain a particular lifestyle. It's never about the needs. It's never about the needs. If it was about the needs, ngaba sispend imali engaka sending our kids to expensive schools. Zikhona izikole emalokishini engabe sayigada izikole zethu. If we really wanted to educate our kids, ngabe sigada lezi izikole seduze kwethu and make sure ukuthi as parents siyastrive isikole ukuthi senze lento le esifunayo instead of taking our money and giving it to white people. Basikhulisele ingane zingakwazi nje ukukhuluma isiZulu. Problem. Yeah, TV is also to blame. There's a lot of subliminal things that happen because of television. But I suspect ukuthi lemkhuba le iqale before i-TV ibe technical. Ngoba otsotsi bebekhona nakudala. Sawo black and white ngama-TV futhi isabuka ngewindi emzini yabantu. Otsotsi bebekhona, stabbing people, taking their wallets, all those kinds of things. So nakhona futhi kukhona lento ukuthi bafuna ukuthenga ama-leather pants and leather caps and all those things. But yeah. So kahle we are driven by the stomach, not because of the stomach. But there's a consciousness that says we want to obtain a level of whiteness in our lives. Hey. Which links to the idea I've heard from Dr. Amos Wilson. Yoguti, we are possessed by the demon of whiteness. It wants us to act against ourselves. Siphethwe idlozi lomlungu lisimngenile. And there's an exorcism that needs to happen. And yabona indlela eli powerful ngakhona elisengayo, it's linking itself to our stomachs. How ziqubu ngayenza lonto ngoba nesabani. Hey into engizibonile over the past 2 months, ubuxoki kubantu abamnyama bu serious ngendlela esimanga. Niqala into manje, nixoxe usuyayizwa usizwa njengoba injalo kumuntu ongali on the opposite end of the chessboard. So awuyiqala into njengalezo nonto amnyama bazokudayisa ufefi. It's very problematic, that one. Hey, ngiyacabanga ukuthi can't angizeli la uzodlala ngizoba a sacrifice of black people bezosala la bebhizi bebhala ingoma nencwadi about my life. Hos hey faku ikipa lapha nasezinekhanda lenkosi simkhizoneni isifile ikade zama ukukhubula abantu amnyama senidayisile. Sorry. Dlala kakhulu. I don't think we are there yet. I don't think we are. Because if we really wanted to do anything about anything, we could have made sure by now. So it's a good idea, but not for black people, not yet. They are captured and they are possessed by whiteness. Into edingakalayo is that how do we exercise leli demon labelungu lihlezi kuthina? Silapha kanjani lento yokulambela ukuba izixuse zabelungu? Silapha kanjani lento? So that's the streets for today. Ngaqalela yona le series ukuthi talk about material issues of the time, current issues that affect us. Because akusikona kuphela ukuthi sizokhuluma spirituality, there's also that physical human experience that we need to attend to, because everything is linked. If we can't attack the mindset, and then what are we doing? We have to attack the mindset as well. See, tuyihlakaza kancane so that people can start thinking about their lives differently. And then it's very important, I always say, it's very important to avoid the thing of argumentum ad hominem. It's not about the person. See, looking at me now, it's not about me. Never look at the person. look at the idea. Samane niyifunde lento leyo. Buka umqondo. Yeke lento leyo ukunamathela kumuntu. Because nize niyitholeni kulento ukuthi nilindele umhlengi wenu nihlezi nje nilindele uMessiah, because we are so caught up in this obsession of people. Worried ukuthi usibanibani uzosenzelani. Never care about my ideas. And this is why you end up every time qhamuka umuntu afika anivusa athi anivusa umuntu bamshaya ikhanda futhi edayiswa yini, then senibhizi niyamcelebrate. Hayi uzani uChris Hani. Wathi uChris Hani wathi bamshaya edayiswa yini futhi abantu abamnyama. But because you were so caught up on the person, the idea has died with him. You know, very brilliant man. And had people been as obsessed with his ideas as they were obsessed with him, ngabe sikude. Ngabe sikude. Hayi ngiyakuzwa siqhubu, ngizwa kahle. Hayi akuphekisi kodwa ngithi I understand the nature and the character of black people. Ithi into njengamanje idemoni elikubo alivumi ukuthi ungenza anything with them. Lento ifuna ukuthi be hydra. If we want to really do it, ifuna be hydra. People must be obsessed with the idea, not the person. Ukuze mabeshaya ikhanda lalo livumbuke likalo, bathi bashayela lo livumbuke likalo. But manje it's very easy to kill any black movement. Very simple. Vilshaya lo ikhanda lelodwa usekuphelile. It's over. Yebo. Thina ke besidlala le game yepolitiki. Uvela ubona ukuthi la mabe ngashaya lo sekuphelile ngalento yethu. Yebo. It's very sad, that thing. And this is part of the reasons why we can't really get anywhere. We're too obsessed about people. You know, abanye bahleli lapho bacabangana ukuthi hey kusesemkhizwaneni hey hayi bo ngabe umuntu onjani washa bo bhekani lezinto engikhuluma la. Look at these ideas, examine them, examine these things, because some of them come from a place very, very deep. Funeka ukuthi if ever should I perish or be found in a very strange situation, there's now suddenly an exodus. Should you obey better? I'm saying this because it looks like I've learned. Saying it very interesting. People will be quoting Abo Spinoza, Abo Voltaire, Abo Sigmund Freud, Abo Ban, trying to explain their lives using their ideas. Many of my ideas are coming from the Roman emperors. Karl Marx, Ban. And you go and you look and examine all those characters, you find that all these people were deviants in some form or fashion. They were not okay. Some were drunkards, some were abanye babe bathanda izimpi bebulala yonke lento le. And it's very interesting that with white people, they understand the thing. It's not about the man, it's about the idea. And to this day, you have democracy. Abantu abayisanganele bayiqhamuke ne-democracy oPlato laphana beyixakelwe umsangano nje, but they had ideas, and today kumele apply ama-ideas abo thousands of years later. Imagine if it was a black person among black people. Isidawa nje sasindawo seyidakelo seyicabangela idemocracy. Ngabe isayikhona idemocracy today? Because you're too caught up in appearances and how people look and what people are doing. Don't look at the idea. Big idea. Oh yeah, well, yes, the only time la register corner is when you are in church. Funny enough. Now that's the very interesting one. Is that the church situation is where you actually apply this logic. Hayi lapho ke hayi. Umuka nani umfundisi uthula hayi hamba umfundisi. But look at the idea of religion. Examine how it has worked. Has it worked? No. Can you take it and apply it? You've tried, it still hasn't worked. To this day, you are stuck with the same problems you had 150,000 years ago. And you persist. It's very serious, this thing. It's very, very serious. And nakhona, you go to church because motivation, you hunger. Ani emasontweni because niyathanda kona ngoba nihluphekile. Bawuthi impilo yami ayihambi kahle, ake ngiyozama nasesontweni. Let me cry to the baby Jesus. Mhlambe yena uzongilungisela into zami. Aha. That's bad. Futhi nani niyazi ukuthi you don't go to church because you really are believers. You become believers because khona ukukhomba khombisayo lapha uthi hayi ayibandla. Hey mawuye kulela sonto ziyakhala. That's just how it is. But ke sithanda kakhulu ukukhohlisana amagenge. Nobody wants to talk about the reality of things. And unfortunately, ngisho ngakhona ikhuluma indaba ye-reality ngeke nemuzwe. Because quite an imlindile. There's a particular person that you're waiting for. Nobody knows who that is, but khona lo nemlindile nizomuzwa. Good luck with that. Anyway, bahlali base South Africa, it's been good. Let's hope ukuthi sizoqhubeka nje sikhulume le ndaba ezinkinga esihlangabezana nazo in the streets. It's very serious lento yasemgaqweni, especially for abantu bahlala South Africa. We need to talk. We really need to. Somebody needs to say something. Maybe idemoni lizophuma ngempela sazi. Ngiyazama nje nami mhlawumbe lizophuma idemoni mhlawumbe ngeke liphume. Nje. Exactly. We don't need heroes because we always betray them. I think it's ngathini, is a curse of blackness. It's very sad, shame. We don't need heroes. It's enough. It's enough ingani zabantu zifa sifela abantu abamnyama. It's enough. I disagree nje. Futhi angivumi. It's enough. It's enough. Zifa ingani zabantu la. And the worst part is ngalesikhathi sisaphila sathi niyaziba anandaba nazo. You don't care about them. You don't care. It's a group. Nandaba. Umuntu maseshonile, hayi sobukwe siyamazi, sobukwe, yeah. Esaphila. Nanenzani? Uthatha umabhunu umuntu awufakilele eDrobhen Island nathula nje. When did you take arms? Not okay, yazini. Ngoba senithatha sobukwe ke manje ke siyangena lapho. Qhuma indlavu kube once. No, nothing. Shona ingane yabantu from depression and all kinds of things. Uhlukunyezwa. Hayi. It's enough. If you are here, you are thinking in your mind you want to sacrifice yourself for black people to be a hero, stop that nonsense. If they really want to do anything about their lives, they must go through my videos here. Hlukana nabo. Khathele. Yo. Ingani zabantu zazifa zifela abantu abamnyama for with no results. Yikho nje into eyenzakalayo. Yikho. It's even, I'm ashamed to talk about it, but the reality of the situation is that many people have come and they sacrificed themselves for black people. And black people ignored them. Baba Dayisa. And they died. And now they are pretending as if they were these giant things. Hey, standing on the shoulders of giants. Hey, what did you do for those giants, Sapil? Everything must be post-mortem. So yes, we need to become a people who adhere to ideas. Stop worshipping people. Stop looking for heroes. Stop trying to become heroes. You're not here to save anyone. We are here to fight wars. Yeah. Injalo siqhubu. Anyway, you'll have a good night. Sengikhulume njalo la ngazi no YouTube angifleke la uthi ngikhuluma kakhulu politics. The streets shall continue.